I mean, because if the ambiance isn't cozy, then does it really matter that you just have a few decorations or that a cozy TV show is on? No, it all works together. Hi guys, my name is Ashley. Welcome back to my channel, The Cozy Alchemist, where we create the lives we want to live with what we have. And so today I'm going to talk to you about 5 ways to make your life, your space, cozy. So let's get started. One is your space. Your space is everything. Your space is an extension of yourself. So make sure your space is created and made to be cozy. That might look like light decorations and lighting. It might be a comfy pillow or a nice warm blanket. It might be as simple as the decorations that you have on the wall. Whatever makes you feel cozy, makes you feel at home, makes you feel like you are wrapped up in a warm hug, that you are safe and sound, and that you can just relax and just kind of melt into being in a state of being and not always doing. That to me is what cozy is. So what does that look like to you? For me, it's not having a house that is completely like IKEA looking, where it looks like it's kind of a museum. There's absolutely nothing on the walls, not very much around. Like sometimes clutter actually makes the house feel like it's lived in, and that to me is cozy. But that might not be cozy to you. So make sure you know what your definition of cozy is to begin with and how you can show that through your living space. Let's go into number 2, the activities and the hobbies that you have on hand around you to spend time with yourself, to connect with yourself, to connect with the loved ones if you live with other people or maybe even your pets. It's a huge thing. Coziness is not just the ambiance of your house or how you style it, is a lifestyle. So let's think about, what do you have around your house that makes you feel like if you were snowed in, if you were stuck inside the house, you would be absolutely fine because you have these activities at hand. For me, I love having crochet, puzzles, board games. I also like to have certain games on my iPad. Lots and lots of arts and crafts. That is my thing. Dried herbs, herb play, herb work. And the list kind of goes on. So you start to decide what kind of things are you interested in. I also have like clay, air dry clay work, making just different things that maybe I want to try, are interested in trying, or I've done and I absolutely love. I have it on hand, whether it is a meditative action, whether it is a way to bond with myself or to bond with my children or my husband, and kind of just enjoy being here in this moment, in this time. And so I look for things that are kind of easygoing. I look for things that are kind of relaxing and things that make me feel present. But yeah, try to find activities or reconnect with childhood activities that you really enjoyed doing. Think about what you enjoyed doing by yourself, with friends, maybe in an art class you had, maybe something you enjoyed if you went to school, to college, that you went to an activity with friends, your parents. Pull from those things and see what really stuck with you and kind of has like piqued an interest. Or maybe you see something on TikTok or Instagram or even YouTube, someone doing, and you're like, I wonder if I could do that. Go grab it. When you have the funds to do it, go grab it and see if that is for you. Because the only way you continue to build your hobbies, because it should be a forever building thing. Like you should be forever expanding and exploring yourself and your abilities. So look for those things. Go try new things out. Go back to something maybe you put away and didn't finish, or maybe it wasn't the season for you to do that. That's okay. There's different seasons for different hobbies. That is okay. That does not mean that you are a quitter. None of that self-talk, but there's a different season for different things. And so be aware of those things, find out what works for you, find out what really makes you feel cozy, and go get them. Okay, so I've given you a list of the physical things to do to be cozy, but how are you connecting with yourself? I think that coziness, it has to do with stillness. It has to do with grounding. Coziness has to do with an understanding of where you are and being and accepting yourself where you are. And so I'm going to get a little, I wouldn't call it deep, but some people might with you, and ask yourself, how are you connecting with yourself on a daily, weekly basis? Are you journaling? Are you writing affirmations? Are you, doing your dream journal? Are you watching videos that pour into you or that build your confidence? It could be sitting and reading a book and then having a reflective writing afterwards. Like, how are you spending time with connecting with yourself? So remember the activities and the hobbies. I said you can use some of those as leeway into a meditative role or a meditative connected state. Like painting and drawing is meditative. It can be, if that's what your intent is when you're using it. Knitting or sewing, those can be meditative forms. Meditation doesn't just mean sitting in silence. That is one of the ways, but that's not the only way. So in your coziness, you have to be comfortable with yourself. That's part of coziness for me in my definition. So I am teaching my definition to you. You don't have to accept it, but if that interests you on being comfortable with yourself and being able to sit and grow and love on yourself during your coziness and your stillness and your beingness, use the tools that you have at hand, but also ask yourself, if you're not comfortable, why. If you are struggling with confidence, you can go into why that might be and where that comes from. And that might actually drive and push you into doing inner child and inner teen work, which I am actually a mentor for on my other channel if you haven't followed it. But if you haven't followed it, I specifically work with teens and I work with parents, adults, to do inner teen work. So that's something you want to do in the coziness of your home and the safeness of your home and security of your home, is learning how to do those cozy things. Then this is also a page for you to go and look for that. All right, so number 4 is connecting with others. How are you pulling people in? This does not always have to look like literally physically having people in your home and in your space, because your home and your space is sacred and not everyone needs to be treading in and out. How are you connecting to others? Are you living a I'm alone island kind of person? I know COVID kind of pushed us all into that space, but how are you connecting with the people that are in your corner, and how are you bringing them and pulling them into you? Are you sharing some struggles you're having and you kind of just want somebody to hold you accountable and check in on you? Are you talking about the wins and the things that you're proud of yourself in? Are you also allowing them the space to do those same things for themselves and sharing that and having a safe space for you? Are you holding your boundaries, and are you respecting other people's boundaries? That's all part of coziness. As uncomfortable as that and sometimes can be, it creates a foundation for a cozy, safe, secure, grounded relationship. When you don't have that basis, it gets really rocky really fast. So make sure you are respecting boundaries. Make sure you're holding your boundaries and you have your own. Everyone should have boundaries. That is part of healthy relationships. Again, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, my other page is just for those things and helping with emotional and mental growth for teens, but also for, again, parents, adults who are trying to go on this journey of healing, of self-discovery, of getting the things and learning the things as an adult that we wish we would have learned as a teenager. So make sure you're doing those things, having healthy relationships, you're putting boundaries, and you're continuously pouring into those relationships to make sure your communication is good. We want to make cozy a lifestyle, a just mindset of just honestly being authentically yourself, being comfortable in your own skin, and helping other people be comfortable in their own skin. That's literally what it is. And the last one is number 5, your attitude. Your attitude is everything. So this goes back to your connection with yourself. It goes back to your mental dialogue. It goes back to how you're dealing with the space and the time that you're in currently. and how you're moving through your life. So what is your attitude currently about the life you're living? How do you feel about it? How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about waking up every day and going to do the things that maybe are a repetitive thing of existing in today's world? What are you disappointed about? What are the things you wish you could change? What are the things that break your heart? What are the things that bring you joy? What are the things that ground you and make you feel part of something? What are the things that make you feel connected to other souls and other beings? What are those things? Make sure that you, one, recognize what it is, one, recognize whether it's healthy or unhealthy, and three, if it's something that's unhealthy and you're like, I don't want to keep having this attitude about this, or I feel like I need to change how I'm seeing this, my perspective is a little wonky, I want to change that, do some journaling, do some of yourself, get a journal that has a prompt. If you are specifically a parent, I do have a journal for that, and I'll link it below to help you move through childhood things, just things how you think about yourself. It's super simple. It's just for 12 weeks. But what is your attitude about the life you're living now? What are the things you can change about it and shift? And what are the things that are completely out of your hand and you have to learn how to, right now for the moment, accept what it is and find other ways to ground yourself in that acceptance, because it's a daily thing sometimes. Sometimes we have to remind ourselves to accept, or sometimes we have to remind ourselves daily, like we need to ground ourselves, because this is a rough season for me, or this is a season where I do need to do a little bit more internal work. My hope for you is to find joy in the little things daily, to search for them, even if it is hard. And if you can't find it in your life, find other people who are close to you, who love you, who are finding joy, and like use their joy to remind you that it is going good for someone. There is good things happening for people. And this is a season changes. Seasons are never forever. Nothing is forever. There are seasons and ebbs and flows, and it is really hard, this human experience, to move in that, especially when we get comfortable. And that's the thing with coziness. I want people to learn to, including myself, to be comfortable and to learn to find the coziness and all of those ebbs and flows, because that is just part of life. And that's something I'm really trying hard to teach and educate my sons about, and to practice with my partner, my husband. And my heart is where you are. I'm sending you a huge hug and sending you tons of love. And I hope this video helped. I know it's not the traditional like cozy conversation, but nothing I do is traditional. So it's just kind of expected, but I love you guys. Thank you so much. And please leave a comment below, like put your favorite cozy emoji below so I know you are here, and send me some love. All right, I'm sending you all the love, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.